It's the senators that are the goddamn problem. No, spy on the plebeian masses. How dare you support a whistleblower telling you to protect your constitutional rights?
Victimhood? Okay, look, no, that's gonna set my ass off. Are you kidding me right now? Victimhood?
Why is this so hard for you guys? What's wrong with you? If you're an American who loves Trump and you think you're America first, no, brother, Trump's America second, okay?
Is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America? That is not a hard question to answer when the stakes are this high.
Our senators are a joke. The traitors to the United States of America are sitting in Congress, okay, fattening their bank accounts through insider trading that ordinary Americans would go to prison for a very long time, okay? The traitors to America and Americans are the corrupt politicians who provide cover for a corrupt government that indiscriminately spies on Americans, even when they've done absolutely nothing wrong. Okay, it's disgusting to see the bipartisan agreement on this issue and the fact that they think they're so high and mighty, as if they're not traitors to the American people when they're elected to serve the best interests of the American people, but they consistently do the opposite.
If I was in Tulsi's situation and they asked me, is Edward Snowden a traitor? Easy answer. Hell no. You authorizing spying on Americans illegally, you're the traitor. You're the actual enemy. And the reason why you're so mad at Edward Snowden is because he let us know that you're the actual enemy. Because he told us what you wouldn't tell us, that you were spying in on us. That's unconstitutional, it's illegal. And then you guys afterwards said, oh yeah, we want to do it anyway. And Edward Snowden's such a bad traitor for trying to protect your constitutional rights. No, he's not. Absolute American hero. It's the senators that are the goddamn problem. And look at the Unit Party. All of a sudden they're unified. No, spy on the plebeian masses. How dare you support a whistleblower telling you to protect your constitutional rights? These guys, and by the way, if you're a Democrat, also the same thing for you. Those Democratic senators are saying, let's go spying. Yay, spy on Americans. As a left-winger, you should despise that. The people who initially said Edward Snowden was a hero were on the left wing.
It's just malpractice that Democrats suck at this so bad that we're allowing Donald Trump and Stephen Miller to run roughshod on what our government looks like.
I don't know what to root for with the Democratic Party. I don't know what their identity is anymore. I don't know what they represent. I don't know what they want to accomplish. They have no leadership whatsoever. Gretchen Whitmer recently had an interview where she was asked, is there, who's the leader of the Democratic Party? And she admitted there is no leader. Ro Khanna came on our show, admitted there's no leader. It is a leaderless party without an identity. It's aimless, unstrategic. I don't.
Okay, can I just give a piece of advice to any of those Democratic senators or congresspeople? You lead by leading, just start leading. You don't have to get Chuck Schumer's permission. You don't have to get Hakeem Jeffries' permission. Just go on TV. Come on these shows, okay? I don't mean us, I mean everyone. Just go on the pod, go on everywhere and go, this is the Democratic agenda. And then you become the leader. Why is this so hard for you guys? What is wrong with you? Don't any of you have any goddamn sense? Don't you know a thing about politics?
No, they don't, and they don't care, okay? Together is if they are forced into real self-reflection. They have been running away from that with the help, honestly, traditionally, of people like Bakari Sellers. So if he's willing to stop doing that.
And Jake Tapper.
And Jake Tapper, yeah. So they need to accept that they've made massive mistakes. Otherwise, they will continue to be an aimless, leaderless, pathetic party that is unable to be a real opposition party to Donald Trump and the Republicans, period. That's what's happening right now as we speak, we can see it. Republican Senator Rand Paul announced that he will in fact be voting against one of Donald Trump's nominees for his cabinet, specifically his labor secretary pick, Lori Chavez DeRaymer, because she's too pro-labor. I'm not kidding, that is what he said. So Here's what he told reporters, quote, "I think she'll lose 15 Republicans and she'll get 25 Democrats. I mean, she's very pro-labor. She might get all the Democrats, who knows?" What's the point of Congress, honestly? At this point, what is the point of Congress? When everything gets legislated through executive orders, they're useless, they're useless. They actively work against the American people. So what's the point of Congress? They're not really an active check on the president. They don't legislate. This guy has more of a problem with a labor secretary pick who's pro-labor, as opposed to someone like Pete Hegseth, who has all these credible allegations against him, including allegations of mistreating women, of having issues with alcohol abuse. No problem voting in favor of that guy.
By the way,
for defense secretary. My favorite was when people were making the argument that no, she's actually not pro-labor. Because you can't ever give Trump credit for when he does something good, like nominating a pro-labor secretary pick. Just take the W when they come, because if you're on the left, they are going to be few and far between. Okay, so credit when credit is due, but in this case, you have Senator Rand Paul saying that he's gonna vote against her.
Looking at the whole Gaza Strip right now, and it's a mess. It's a real mess. I'd like Egypt to take people, and I'd like Jordan to take people. I mean, you're talking about probably 1.5 million people, and we just clean out that whole thing. I'd rather get involved with some of the Arab nations and build housing in a different location where they can maybe live in peace.
We just clean out that whole thing. President Donald Trump is now outright calling for all Palestinians to be removed from the Gaza Strip and essentially dumped into other Arab countries. Trump also didn't seem to care about the peace and safety of Palestinians when he himself ended Biden's pause on sending 2,000-pound bombs to the Israelis to essentially terrorize the Palestinians with. So Trump was asked about why he lifted the ban on those bombs, or the pause on sending those bombs to Israel, and he said, because they bought them.
Except they didn't. We bought it for them. The mainstream media is such an unbelievable joke, because they'll write in all their stories, Israel has bought these weapons, and they never mention that we paid for them buying the weapons with American taxpayer money. I mean, what a joke. Israel isn't buying anything. Israel's using all of our money. They've taken over $300 billion from us. And if you're an American who loves Trump and you think you're America first, no, brother, Trump's America second, okay? So first Israel, and when this war starts, they'll want another $300 billion, and they'll make you pay it like a dog. So the barking, wow, Donald Trump, the dog walk has begun, okay? Netanyahu's taking him around the park. So now he's like, well, genocide and war, sounds like a good idea. Hey, let's get waterfront property for my crooked son-in-law, who already took $2 billion off the Saudis, right? So this is the kind of crook that Jared Kushner is. His father was a crook. He was pardoned by Donald Trump. There are a bunch of criminals in this family, and all they want to do is help Israel steal this land. So I told you the ceasefire was fake. Netanyahu said in Hebrew, oh yeah, we don't intend to honor the ceasefire. The minute we want to, we're going to restart bombing them. He said it again today. And 90-day freeze on all foreign aid, except of course Israel, beloved Israel. Walk around the park, Donald. Walk around the park. At least we know your own, and you're a politician like all the rest of them.
Vivek, what happened with Doge?
Yeah,
Like,
so
did-
well,
congratulations
on the job. Thank you, man.
Well,
I
you don't have
appreciate
it anymore.
Yeah, it's not my job right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
running
sorry.
for.
I take that back then.
I'm
So
moving
what
on to my
happened?
next
Did you get pushed
next
out?
frontier.
Did you get fired? Like what?
No,
did you leave?
it was a slightly different vision.
I hear you, Vivek.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Oh, that's fair
But I
enough.
think
Yeah.
you either got pushed out or you know that it's going to implode.
There's no doubt that he was ousted. First of all, this guy was a tweeting maniac up until and through his Zach Morris rant. It's insane what this guy said.
It is. Let me actually read it to everyone, because I just found it so insulting toward American workers. So he said, and this is what got him in trouble, our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. So in other words, telling Americans, your culture is all wrong, you're lazy, and we have no choice but to bring in foreign workers because otherwise nothing would get done. So Charlemagne asked what Ramaswamy thought about the reaction, especially from the right, to his post. Let's hear what he had to say.
I would rather speak hard truth and take the chance of losing an election than to somehow win by just saying what you're supposed to say. Now, my view on this is America is an excellent country. I mean, America is defined by the pursuit of excellence. I think America is defined foremost based on the set of ideals that bind all of us together despite our different genetics. That's what makes America special. And one of those ideals is the pursuit of excellence. The idea that you are able to achieve whatever you want without any government or bureaucracy standing in your way. I don't think it should be a bad thing in America to be a striver, right? That word has a negative connotation to it a little bit today. Our founding fathers were strivers. Our culture was built by strivers, right? Neil Armstrong and John Glenn, the people from my home state, went to outer space at the frontier. Did I know the message that I was delivering was going to make some people upset? I did. I'm against any kind of victimhood. Most of the time for the last 4 years, if I'm being honest, I think the dominant strain of victimhood has been a left-wing victimhood. But I wrote a book called Nation of Victims a few years ago that had a chapter called Conservative Victimhood.
Nah, he's done. He's done. He's done. I had not seen that. Victimhood? Okay, look. No, that's gonna set my ass off. Are you kidding me right now? Victimhood? So explain to me how American workers, okay, we're talking about engineers, high-skilled workers who took their asses to 4-year institutions, took out a ton of debt in order to get that degree so they qualify for these jobs. Explain to me how it's victimhood to call out the unfairness of this system when Silicon Valley CEOs would rather import foreign workers, undercutting American workers in order to save money on labor, because that's what's happening. How is it victimhood to call that out? Man, he is. You know what? I commend MAGA for pushing him out. I do. And here's the other thing about Vivek Ramaswamy. He's always rubbed me the wrong way and I couldn't quite figure out what it was about him. And it's the inauthentic nature of everything that comes out of his mouth. He's so insincere, he's so inauthentic, it's so gross. So you know what? I bask in the fact that he has been pushed out of MAGA. And like the idea that he's running for a governor position. Good luck to you. We'll see how that works out.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.